Welcome into the latest edition of Extra Time. Thank you as always for your tweets. Ali's here, Shaka and Gab Marcotti with us as well. Oh, we haven't talked about this guy for a while.
What?
People said Messi was in his comfort zone at Barcelona, Ali, but does this season show how much he carried them in previous seasons? They probably won't finish in the top 4 in the league either.
But that doesn't mean that he wasn't in his comfort zone in Barcelona. In fact, that may still be his comfort zone, given what we have seen at PSG. What we know now, in case you didn't know before, is that Barcelona has depended on Lionel Messi, heavily dependent on Lionel Messi for a long, long time. And without Messi, you now see a gaping hole, gigantic hole in that team of goals that are not being scored by anybody else. As much as you appreciate Messi for what he did while in Barcelona, I think you appreciate him even more if you're a Barcelona fan and thinking, good Lord, that guy was good for us.
Yep.
And he gone now. He's not coming back.
So what you're saying is Luke de Jong is not a direct replacement.
Why have you always have to go to Luke de Jong?
Huh? I'm just asking Ali what he was saying. I didn't get the point.
That's unnecessary, isn't it? Have you seen the video of him and his kids? Not Luke de Jong, Messi. Messi and his boys playing soccer in his lounge.
No.
Look at the pressure on those boys growing up.
Yes.
Imagine if they play like me.
That's
They're going to be okay, regardless.
Come on, don't push your boys. Don't be ridiculous.
What, you think that Messi gene I don't have?
At least they can run in a straight line.
I can run in a straight line. Don't show off in front of everyone.
I have my doubts. Who, Gab? Don't show off in front of Gab.
Go on, Gab.
I was just going to say, look, I think at some point, this is my bold prediction, there will be an audit. At some point, the truth will come out. Because I was just thinking about this the other day, right? Messi left because his contract expired and they couldn't afford to re-sign him. And we've heard so many such nonsense and rumors. He couldn't have done this, couldn't have done that. They found the money to pay Sergio Aguero, right? And they couldn't, and Messi couldn't have stayed. Something still doesn't add up in the whole fact that he's at Paris Saint-Germain. And this could be a very different situation for Barcelona this season. And again, I don't know what the truth is, but I'm sure there's a lot of Barcelona fans out there who aren't satisfied, who aren't happy, and who I think are going to hold Laporta to account to figure out exactly what happened.
This needs like a new series. Marcotti investigates.
I think he's blaming Luke de Jong again, you know.
Yeah, I think so.
Indirectly, I thought so
That's
too.
what he's going with.
Okay, Barcelona, of course, now in the Europa League. Can they beat West Ham, Shaq? That's a good question. West Ham, Barcelona play tomorrow. Who are you having?
West Ham, we just made light work of Chelsea.
Well, very true.
Yes.
Yeah? Okay.
Why is Gab laughing? Why is Gab laughing?
That's all you'll bring in?
That's all
No,
I'm bringing.
because a few minutes earlier on the show, you're like, you talk about how well Chelsea, 2 of the goals, what was a bad mistake, the other one was unlucky, and Masuaku and all this stuff, and now you're making light work of Chelsea.
That's what you get for listening to me, Gab.
Gab, who are you having? West Ham, Barcelona face-off.
I think Barcelona are likely to win, but I just say likely. I don't think you take anything for granted the way this Barcelona team are playing.
I'd pay money to see PK up against Michael.
West Ham be a good bet.
I think West Ham will win it.
I think West Ham would win it.
We make light work of them too.
Oh, wow. Ali?
Are you saying that in a match of a speed, Mikel Antonio is getting by Gerard Piqué at this point in his career?
I'm telling you, the only person who can't run by Gerard Piqué is Dan.
And that is because Dan
Can't run in a straight line.
Yeah, okay, there's
It's my bow legs.
bow-legged myself.
You're short bow leg.
West Ham, Barca.
You know it, Ali. You know it, Ali. Come on.
I can't do it.
Come on,
They've
Ali.
beaten, they've beaten Chelsea, they've beaten City.
We made light work of Chelsea.
Yeah. They've beaten, who've Barca
Ali.
beaten? No
You
one.
can do it.
Villarreal and
Come
Espanyol.
on, you can do it, Ali. You can do it, Ali.
Barcelona.
Ah, you can't do it.
I can't do it.
You
I can't
do
take
it.
West Ham. I cannot.
Yeah.
Bubbles and all. I cannot take
Yeah.
West
No
Ham.
bubbles for you.
Here we go. It's a serious question now for Gab.
Okay, never mind.
Gab, don't feel you have to go on too much about this. With all 4 English teams qualifying for the last 16, is the gap between English football and the rest of Europe only going to get bigger?
Oh boy. Here we go.
No.
There you go. See, he's following instructions.
Ali, what do you think?
About the gap between.
Yes or no is the answer?
No, I'm gonna go with gap.
No?
No.
No is the answer, Riley the Big Golden Doodle.
Yeah.
Does anybody quite understand how Thomas Muller scored 50 Champions League goals and one looks more like an accident than the other?
Hey, can
Go on, Gab.
No, I just want to say, right? Thomas Muller, I've been fascinated with his entire career, and sometimes people get really angry about this.
Oh.
For most players, technical ability is a big part if you're going to play at the highest level. Thomas Muller has the misfortune of having played most of his career as a number 10 while looking ungainly and clumsy. This is how he looks. He's not obviously a monster of technical ability, but he's not bad technically or he wouldn't have achieved all this. He just looks ungainly. But what he has that more than makes up for it is he's a phenomenal athlete and he's one of the smartest people on the pitch who makes the right decisions all the time. And just because his passing and his finishing may not be as pretty or as clean as Robert Lewandowski's, it doesn't mean that the balls don't go in, the shots don't go in, the passes don't turn into assists, and that's why he's such a phenomenal player. It's unusual, but I'm sure Shaka and Ali played with players like that who looked bad, but were actually pretty good.
Were players
Well,
like that.
I just, because the term was used by Gab there, in more than one occasion over the course of my career, I was described as a ungainly player.
Wow.
Yes, very much.
Very likeable, Thomas Muller, though. I think that's my takeaway.
Thanks, Dan.
For Shaka,
Oh.
why is Courtois not talked about often enough? He makes more saves to keep Real Madrid ahead than any other elite goalkeeper, yet all the talk is on Mendy and Alisson. You didn't have him in your top 5.
That's true. I mean, I forgot about Courtois when Steve and I were discussing it. I blame Steve for that.
Okay.
But Courtois has established himself without question. I think,
Top 5?
yes.
Who's your top 5 now?
Oh, here we go.
Who's my
Here
top
we
5
go.
back then?
All right.
No, we'll just do it now.
Yeah.
The top 5, in order. I'm going to just come
No,
with
order,
top 5.
yes.
Well, that needs more thought.
Right. Well,
The top 5 are going to
Power
include
rankings don't get
Still
any
giving it thought.
Alisson, Mendy, Courtois.
Mendy.
Alisson, Mendy, Courtois.
Yeah,
Mendy. Did you see him last weekend?
That's last weekend. That's one weekend.
Okay. All right.
I'm torn.
Our producer's telling us to move on. You can do this tomorrow. He wants to
I'm
give you a
torn
thought.
between Navas and Donnarumma because they played for the
Okay,
same club.
right. So no Edison.
How many have I called?
No black.
Neuer.
Right, have a think.
I have about 8 teams in my top 5.
will be dedicated to Shaka's top 5. Are you
I have to do my power rankings tomorrow.
That's going to be a ranking frenzy.
No, that's an all-day
Too much
job.
work there.
We saw the Atalanta-Villarreal game, of course, postponed because of the snow. What's the weirdest reason for a game getting cancelled that you've experienced?
Newcastle were to play Liverpool when Princess Diana died.
Wow. Goodness me.
And that game got called off.
Was that 96,
West Ham-
97, around about then?
West Ham also played Reading in the Cup September 11th. Game went ahead.
Wow.
Well, at the time of kickoff, everybody just thought it was an accident. So that game went ahead.
Right.
And then, the following day, the game just was suspended.
Wow.
So that's a couple of
Yeah, that's
humdingers.
indeed. Gab, would Vlahovic be a good replacement for Kane at Spurs?
Vlahovic looks really, really, really good. He's had the tools. This is the first year that things have really come together for him. They're talking around about 70, 75 million. His contract's winding down. The one caveat, I think, to anybody who wants to buy Vlahovic is that his agents aren't always the easiest people to deal with. So, caveat emptor, as they say.
Oh. Ali, why do you think no one remembers Romario as much as they do Ronaldo and Ronaldinho? I feel he was as good as them.
Well, I remember Romario, and
So do I.
yeah, I mean, he was a special, special player. But there is a certain physical attribute and power and strength and explosive movement from Ronaldo, Fenomeno, that I think puts him in a different category. He was doing the same things that Romario was doing, but he looked great doing it. And I mean, this guy is just a specimen. And when you see him running and people bouncing off of him, it's just attractive to look. It's anybody who's watching this guy play, you can't wait to watch him play again because he attracted you to the screen. He was just something else.
Is he in politics now, Gab? Is it Romario?
He had a spell, I don't know if he still is, to be honest, but yeah, I think he was elected to the Brazilian parliament at one point. I think the other big reason with Romario is that people forget this, and it's almost unthinkable today. But, you know, he's in Europe, he's scoring goals, he's having fun, he's really, really good. You know, he's promising to win the World Cup in 1994 and then delivering on it, winning it. And then one day he says, meh, Europe's fine, Barcelona, whatever, this is all good, but I really, really miss Brazil. And he just picks up and he just leaves. You know, and he left in his, I think he was in his late 20s, but he could have easily played a bunch more games. And, you know, I think there's something in that as well. Like, you know, a guy missing his country, having made his money, I've made the money I need to make. Let me go back and give something back to the Brazilian game.
And they went through the same sort of channel, the same path in that it was PSV Eindhoven and Barcelona. It was the same thing with Ronaldo. And Ronaldo was supposed to be sort of the new version, the 2.0 of Romario. And again, you go back to seeing the specimen play and you just kind of go, yeah, Romario was great, but this guy is something else.
All right, Ali.
Hey, I like Fenomeno. That's all right. I like Romario too.
Final question. Oh, get ready, Gab. How good is your Japanese, Gab?
Better than yours, apparently.
I don't get to speak it much anymore, but I can probably hold a very basic conversation. I used to be relatively fluent when I lived there, but that was many, many years ago. I can see somebody's read my Wikipedia entry. You shouldn't believe everything you read in Wikipedia. I am not fluent in Japanese.
No.
Wow, but basic. Give us some basic Japanese then, Gab.
What would you like me to say? Watashi wa Gabriele Marcotti desu. Genki desu ka?
Oh, Gab sounds quite friendly in Japanese.
Maybe he should speak to us in Japanese. Come on the show and speak Japanese.
I'm going to read Gab's Wikipedia now.
Oh, it's intriguing, isn't it?
Yeah.
What's on your Wikipedia?
Nothing.
I bet there's something.
Don't go look. Don't go read it. It's totally empty, Dad.
Ali's just got a big picture of him, just with Ronaldo. just a big art. That is it. We're done. Thank you very much. We will be back tomorrow. I'm going to have a couple of days off now. Couple of naps. I think it's definitely. Man. Jacko will be here with his power rankings, his top 5 goalkeepers of all time, top 5 goalkeepers this season, top 5 goalkeepers this month.
What could possibly go wrong?
Well, thank you very much for watching ESPN on YouTube. For more sports highlights and analysis, be sure to download the ESPN app. And for live streaming, premium content, and let's not forget as well, ESPN FC 7 days a week. Subscribe to ESPN Plus.